Welcome once again to SoCo Chat, a podcast where we hear directly from county leaders, discuss the latest news, and talk about all things concerning our beautiful corner of California known as Sonoma County.
Welcome back to SoCo Chat. I'm your host, Matt Brown, Deputy Communications Manager for the County of Sonoma. Thank you for joining us. Well, we've got our pet dish back here, so that can mean only one thing. Today, we're excited to welcome back a familiar face, Emma Diemert, the Animal Shelter Supervisor at the County of Sonoma Animal Shelter. We've also have Missy Pack, Animal Health Technician. Emma joined us previously to discuss the incredible work being done at the shelter, and today she's back to focus on something extremely important this time of year, summer safety for our pets. And since she's back with us, she has, of course, brought along some of her furry friends for us to meet, so we're excited about that. But before we begin our interview, we'd like to start, as always, with our trivia question for the week. Our trivia question is, what are the volunteer hours and days at the Sonoma County Animal Services Shelter? If you check out their website, it should be pretty easy to look up. If you know the answer, call us at 707-565-2242 or email us at publicaffairs@sonoma-county.org. If you are correct, you'll be entered into our weekly drawing to win a SoCo Chat coffee mug or any other prize you see here. So with that, let's move on to our discussion. Welcome, Emma and Missy. Thanks for being here.
Hi, thank you.
So it is summertime.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting on summertime. It's getting hot. It can get pretty hot here in Sonoma County. What are some of the common dangers for pets that people might find in the summertime?
For sure. So probably the most obvious is going to be heat stroke, dogs getting overheated out in the sun. Another thing that can happen is burns, whether that be sunburns or burning their paw pads. And another concern is dogs getting left in cars, hot cars. And then foxtails are usually a springtime, summer danger as well. Owners needing to be mindful of that when they're out on walks. And, Sonoma County's gorgeous, so got a lot of hiking and being careful with foxtails in those areas.
And that gets in their skin or in their
so
in
that
their paws.
can embed in their skin, their ears, their nose. And then if they get it in their nose, they can inhale it, and then it becomes a puncture to the lung, and then it's an emergency situation. So if your dog has a foxtail, it's always recommended to take them to the vet immediately to get that removed.
Good. So on a hot summer day, what can pet owners do to keep their pets cool?
Sure, I would recommend indoor activities, enrichment inside rather than taking your dog outside. You can do a lot of enrichment activities in your home. One of my favorite enrichment activities that I always tell people is training. So working on training in the home, having a water supply constant for your dogs in case it is too hot. If you are going to take your dogs outside, making sure that they have water that they can get into, keeping them really cool. And they also sell cooling pads, which are like ice packs, basically, for your dog to lay on. And so we always recommend those, too.
Great. I know Spring Lake sometimes has a day for dogs to come out and
they
play
do.
around.
Yeah, and super fun. We've actually participated in that in the past, and it's been super fun.
Cool. Great. What are some of the signs of heat stroke that you can notice in a dog or cat?
So panting is one of the main signs, and then vomiting, lethargy. So if your dog is really slow moving and not active as much, you can also see them collapsing, so them fainting, or in worst scenarios, seizing is also a sign. Yeah.
Okay, so people should be watching out for those.
For sure, yeah. Mainly the panting and overheating. And, if you think your dog has heat stroke, definitely take it to a vet so that they can help you cool the dog down for sure.
Yeah. What are some of the misconceptions you run into when people are trying to take care of pets in the summer?
Sure. I think one of the biggest ones is when people think that cracking a window is sufficient enough in the hot car. And so that minor crack in the window is not going to provide enough cooling to keep your dog cool in the summertime. And dogs run a little hotter than humans do, so their normal temps can be from 100 to 101, on the higher range 102. So their body temperatures already run really hot, and you couple that with putting them into a hot vehicle and just giving them this much airspace, it usually doesn't end well. So that's usually what I would assume is the biggest misconception.
Yeah, that's scary to see when you're walking by and see a dog in a hot car
Totally.
panting and Nothing you can do about it. And so,
Yeah, you can call us.
Yeah.
Our animal control officers will get dispatched to a scene. If you find a dog in a hot car, you can call our facility and we can have an officer go investigate and potentially remove that dog from the car.
Okay, great. And even better, just don't be that person that leaves your dog in the car.
Exactly, yeah. Just avoid it altogether if you can, yeah.
Great. What are some of the resources or services that the shelter provides in the summer months?
Yeah, so we work with different jurisdictions to create cooling stations, which are just, we utilize the fairgrounds in certain areas to create an open space for people and animals so that they can go sit indoors, they can get water and make sure they're in a cool environment. And those are usually set up in the summertime. We post about them on our social media. We post about them on our website. So that way people know where to find those resources.
Okay, great. Yeah. Do you get more animals at the shelter during the summer?
Usually we do.
Oh.
So in the summertime, more people are out, so they're finding more animals. Some animals breed seasonally, so we see them start in the springtime breeding, and then their gestation period is short, so then they give birth in the summertime months. So we definitely see an influx, but what we also usually see an influx in is adoptions, because again, people are out, it's beautiful weather, they want activities, and a lot of people think about animals in that scenario. So it kind of balances out in the summertime a little bit, which is nice. But yeah, we definitely see a rise in the summer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's enough about us talking. This is the reason why people are watching this episode is they want to meet these animals.
For
so
sure.
let's see who we brought here. Who's this guy right here?
So this is Tucker. He is 8 months old, and he is a Staffy Pit Bull mix. We actually just did his DNA. He's got like Rhodesian Ridgeback in there. He's got a bunch of different breeds that you wouldn't expect from him. And he was found as a stray on the side of the road, and he had a really severe injury to his leg. So we did have to amputate that leg. So now he is three-legged dog, but that does not slow him down. And he is a super sweet pup, and he's available for adoption right now.
Oh, for those people listening, not watching, so he's missing his right back leg.
Mm-hmm.
He's black and white.
Yes.
About medium size.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably about medium size. He might not get much bigger than 40 pounds, 50 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a cutie. We did feature him in our SoCo correspondent newsletter this week, too. So,
oh, great. Yeah. He's a superstar all around.
Yeah. And so you said 8 months?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And who would be a good fit, a good family to take this one home?
Honestly, anyone. Tucker is pretty easygoing. He's in foster care right now, and they do have a child in the home, and they're best friends. And they have cats, they have dogs, and so Tucker's been taken out and about in the world, and they actually reported for being a puppy, he's fairly mellow, which is nice. So I think Tucker would be a great entry-level dog to someone who maybe hasn't owned a dog in the past and wants to try owning a dog, because he is pretty easy. And he's already pretty well trained. He's potty trained. He knows sit, he knows down, he knows stay. So he's got all the basics, and he's ready to go, basically.
Yeah. And he's super cute.
He is.
And got a lot of energy, but he's very, very calm, and he's not, too jumpy or anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, great. All right, Tucker. Who else have we brought? Missy, you want to help us handle this one?
This guy's name is Buster. He's a 10-week-old. I believe we're calling him a hound mix. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a generic little bit of everything. But he actually was days old when he arrived at our shelter. And then, so he kind of grew up at the shelter, but he's available for adoption now, passed our assessment, checked out pretty healthy. So he's just waiting for his forever home. He's definitely still very puppy.
He is. He likes to nip a little. How old did you say he is?
10 weeks.
10 weeks. Wow, he's a little one.
Yeah, and he does well with other dogs. He's a great little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's and for those listening, he's how would you describe his coat there?
Maybe like a medium hair, not quite like a long-haired dog, but kind of like in between like a short coat and a long coat.
Yeah. What kind of a family or person would be best to adopt this dog?
Anybody that's ready for a puppy, a baby, because they're going to be starting from step number 1. But, disposition-wise, I think he'd be good for kids, good for an experienced home. I'm not really sure about a beginner home, but, you always got to start somewhere. So if they're prepared for a puppy and a little bit of extra work, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, well, he certainly is cute. And so both of these dogs are available now?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
Okay, to adopt.
Mm-hmm.
What's the process if someone wants to adopt these or any other animal at the shelter?
So it's coming into our facility during our adoption hours, which are Tuesday through Saturday, 12 to 4:30. And filling out that adoption application. Once that adoption application is filled out, they do a meet and greet. If there are other dogs in the home, we do require a dog-to-dog visit. But other than that, it's simply filling out the adoption application and getting approved by one of our technicians. And then, the process is super easy from there.
Okay, great. And you can find information about these and other animals on your website?
Yes, all of our animals, dogs, cats, and bunnies are listed on our website, which is theanimalshelter.org.
Theanimalshelter.org. Great. And all the fees and everything is on there. And
Yes, all of our adoption fees, our hours of operation, everything you need is on our website.
excellent. Great. And besides adopting, what are some other ways that people can help support the shelter?
So currently, we really need assistance with fostering, particularly kitten fostering. Cats give birth at certain times of the year, so we're seeing an influx of kittens right now, and we really need assistance with getting those kittens fostered out because they're not old enough to be adoptable yet. So we're looking for baby kitten fosters, as well as volunteering at our facility. We're always looking for dog walkers, sharing our posts on social media, or making donations to our facility, which you can also do on our website.
Okay, great. So we can learn more about that on your website.
Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming events or any adoption drives?
So we have an event this weekend at Tractor Supply in Windsor. It's going to be hosted by our volunteers. It's a meet and greet where you can meet some of our adoptable dogs, and that it starts at 10, and that's at Tractor Supply in Windsor. We also have a volunteer orientation coming up, which is July 19th, which you can find all our volunteer information on our website. And we're also participating in the Petaluma Fair and the Sonoma County Fair.
Great. Well, that's awesome. We really appreciate you guys being back here, Emma and Missy and Tucker and Buster and all the other animals. Please check out the website. Say it again.
Theanimalshelter.org.
Got it. Great. Well, thanks again for being here. And thanks for giving us these tips on how to keep our furry friends safe during the summer heat. As a gift, we'd like to offer both of you a chance to take home one of these SoCo Chat swag items. I know Emma already has a coffee mug, but maybe a water bottle for
I'll
for
switch
you.
it up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And to our listeners, we'd also like to give you a chance to win a SoCo Chat coffee mug. All you have to do is correctly answer our trivia question for today. As a reminder, the question is, what are the volunteer hours and days at the Sonoma County Animal Shelter? You can check out their website and find the answer there. And if you do know the answer, call us at 707-565-2242 or email us at publicaffairs@sonoma-county.org. Also, if you have comments about this or any other segment or have a suggestion for a topic for a future SoCo Chat discussion, please email us at the same address, publicaffairs@sonoma-county.org. Thank you all, and we hope you continue to follow SoCo Chat on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and, of course, YouTube. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.